the bag gonna flow in. And that's a period. And I can speak for myself, because let me tell you, I spend money like I'm a drug dealer. But every time I be like, I'm gonna get that back. And every time it comes back to me, I attract it, because I'm already saying it in my mind, you know, I'm going to work, or I'm a hustle, whatever I gotta do, get it back every time. Hello beautiful people, it's your girl Todie, and I am back with another video. And today's video is going to be about what I have learned in my 20s. Yes, you know, I am only 24 years old, but I feel like I have learned a lot within these, you know, from 18 till now. So it was at about 7-8 years. So within 7 to 8 years, I feel like I've learned a lot. And, you know, of course I still have more to learn, but I just want to share and talk about what I've learned so far on 5 topics, which is going to be relationship, spirituality, mental health, friendships, and I believe finances. So for no further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so of course I'm gonna be applying makeup. I'm not gonna do like a full face beat because I'm about to wipe this right off, but you know, I had to do something while I'm talking. So I'm gonna be kind of like half-assing, not gonna lie, some of these steps, and I'm most likely not even about to use foundation for real. So I'm about to prime my face first, and then we're gonna get started into these topics. I also wrote down notes so that I don't ramble, because you know, once I get started talking, I can't stop, especially like with things that I like feel strongly about. Like, if you couldn't tell, I'm a very opinionated person. Like, I like to speak my mind. I don't care. But yeah, so put some more of this on, cause can never have too much lip gloss. Okay, so first topic, of course, is going to be relationships. Okay, so what I have learned so far in relationships, first things first, is that, you know, they have I feel like society puts out the connotation that you need to have a significant other in order to be happy in life. Like, that's the ultimate happiness. Like, another person brings your happiness, and that is a fucking lie. That is a lie. What I've learned so far is that no person can make you happy. No person nor thing can make you happy. Happiness is from within yourself. So if you are not happy with yourself, or you're not satisfied with yourself, you could not possibly make anyone else happy. And no matter what relationship you get into, it's not going to be successful because you aren't fulfilled within yourself. You have to be fulfilled within yourself first in order for an actual relationship with a person to be able to work. So I really wish people will stop saying that, oh my God, you need to have a relationship or a man or a woman to be happy. Like, no, you don't. You need to be happy with yourself. And then once you are happy and whole with yourself, you can take that and be happy and whole with someone else, which that person also needs to be happy and whole within themselves as well for it to come together and be a peaceful relationship. If both of y'all are like toxic, that shit is not going to work. And that brings me into the next subject, toxicness. I feel like that's another thing that was like really popular. Like, people feel like if a female or a male ain't busting out your windows, they don't love you. Or if they ain't smacked you up a couple times, they don't love you. And that's no. That's a no-go. Like, no. Love is not painful. Love is not, love is not supposed to hurt. Like, literally, if anything, it's supposed to be the opposite. Like, if someone loves you, that is not supposed to hurt. Like, they're not supposed to put their hands on you. They're not supposed to be toxic towards you. Like, they're not supposed to be cheating, or like, that shit is just not love. None of that in that category is love. Let that toxic shit go. Okay, I'm sorry, where I left off at. Yeah, like, love is not supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to be toxic. And no, being a ride or die does not mean anything. It just means you're stupid. And I can speak for myself on that one. Like, no, leave that shit in 2021. Or if you're still doing it right now, don't do that shit tomorrow. Leave that shit alone. And thirdly, trauma. Now, this is a subject that I feel is kind of touchy because, you know, people don't really like talking about their issues or problems that they have within themselves. But this goes back to the first thing, happiness. If you constantly hold on to trauma from exes, from parents, from friends, or whatever the case may be, you are potentially self-sabotaging yourself from who your potential soulmate could be. And we all have soulmates, but if you are not ready and the universe sends you your soulmate and you self-sabotage the situation because you're scared because of what happened as a child or what happened with your ex, you're gonna feel shitty because it's like you prayed for a person, but because you did do the time to heal and you want to keep constantly blaming and being victimized, not saying that you are not wrong for feeling the way you feel, but it's like you were only getting older. It's like, even though like we are like, okay, we are all humans, like, and we're not perfect, so you can't necessarily like hold certain things over people's head for so long, because like only hurt people. So people, even parents that are abusive or whatever the case may be, they had something that happened to them, but they didn't heal their trauma. So then the shit just keeps going and going and going and going. And you need to be the person that just stops that shit. Like, okay, it ends with me. I'm ending this shit now. And not to hold that shit over yourself, because you're only holding yourself back. And you're holding yourself back from so much. Not to mention you can hold yourself back like career-wise, but you're holding yourself back from love that you want. And like, and that person that hurt you, they're going to continue to live their life without a care, because, you know, they haven't really come to the conclusion, like, you know, what they're going through or why they act the way they act. And some people, they aren't going to. So, but you have to leave that up to them and just leave that shit alone. Create your own closure and move on from the situation, no matter how bad it hurts you. And I can say that for myself because I've done it. I victimized my situation, but I learned to let that shit go, because that person is still gonna live their life, and you're the only one that's gonna be stuck, not them. Let that shit go. And lastly, like, every person that comes into your life is not your, no matter how much you love them, everybody is not meant to stay in your life forever. Some people are literally brought into your life as a lesson. And that brings me back to the trauma. Like, if you don't heal your trauma, you're going to constantly attract people that triggers your trauma in a bad way. And the longer you hold back from healing your trauma, the more you're going to go through cycles of heartbreak, because you haven't healed yourself. You are what you attract. So if you are a happy person, a healed person, a wholesome person, you're going to attract the same thing. If you are a bullshitter, an asshole, ain't shit.com, you're gonna attract the ain't shit.com bullshitter asshole to you. So everything starts with you, literally. And everybody is not meant to stay in your life. Everyone is a lesson, and until you learn that lesson, you're going to continue to meet the same kind of people over and over and over again until you fucking finally get the message that, okay, these kind of people is not meant for me, you know? And that brings me to the next topic, spirituality, my favorite. Okay, so as you know, I've been into the spiritual, I want to say realm, but you know, I've been into that for the last 7 to 8 months. If you don't know, it triggered me after my breakup. So ever since then, I've been highly into it. And what they don't tell you about spirituality is that it's not as easy as people think. It's really not. Like, you go through constant cycles of learning lessons, like over and over again, so you get that shit. But number one thing about spirituality is everything is about energy. Everything is energy. Everything is about being in a high vibration. Everything is about aligning with what you want and who you want, and you know. So basically, like, as long as you have positive thoughts and you do the work, you are going to align yourself onto your path. And that brings me to, like, spirituality is all about finding yourself in who you are and developing of what you consider to be your life path or purpose in this lifetime, because we're all here for a reason. And what I've learned so far is that literally it's more than just you seeing angel numbers. Like, all those numbers mean something, especially when you see it at certain times. Also, like, my beliefs about certain subjects has changed drastically, and I don't really want to get too much into how they have changed, because there's people that's not really into spirituality that may think I'm crazy, but like, my whole idea about God and who God is kind of changed. I mean, I don't want to really talk about it of what I think, because you know, there's critics that be like, you don't know what you're talking about, but you know, I'm entitled to my opinion. But I just feel like everyone is connected, and I feel like we all have gifts like clairvoyance, clairsentient, clairaudient. You know, me personally, I have clairvoyance. I have premonitions. Basically, I have dreams about things that are to come, really weirdly. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to get too much into that, because it's like, it goes so deep, like, and if you're not energetically aligned with me, you won't understand. So I mean, that's just something I want to touch on with spirituality. Is more than the superficial of just seeing angel numbers and writing that shit down and thinking, oh my God, you're spiritual, or you're waving around sage and just like, yes, I'm positive. Like, no. Spirituality is all about doing the work to heal, aka trauma, and it's all about finding your purpose and being positive and putting that positivity into the world to raise the vibration of third. So thirdly, let's talk about friendships. Now, me personally, I can count on one hand how many friends I have. And they've been people that I have known. I have one new friend, but everyone else has been people that I've known for like years, like since I was a fucking teenager and younger. Like, so I've been friends for years, okay? But what I have learned so far is that, first off, you don't need to be hanging around nobody that's just all about turning up. Like, now, me personally, I was, you know, I'm a homebody. So I thought, you know, last year that going outside was that thing to do. But now sitting back realizing like that shit, you're just spending unnecessary money to sit around and look at people. I mean, you do have fun, but it's just like, to do that shit all the time, you don't need to. So if every time your friend calling you and the only time she calling you or he calling you is about turning up and being outside, cut that person off, because they clearly lost in the sauce. Like, all my friends that I have, they are doing something with themselves. They are trying to create businesses. Like, none of us are just sitting around talking about drinking and shit all day. Like, none of us. We all trying to do some shit and figure some shit out right quick. Like, literally. Like, none of us are just sitting on our ass with our twiddling our fingers. Like, none of us. So if you have a friend that's sitting around twiddling his or her fingers, they're lost in the sauce. And you gonna keep sitting around, you gonna be lost with their ass. And then it's point blank, period. Now, oh my gosh. Now, secondly, oh my God, where is my, oh, here you go. Secondly, I've learned that even with friendships, that I don't need to share all of my personal life with my friends. And I just feel like, well, to me, that is my preference, because I just feel like everybody just should know your business. And I feel like that shouldn't be a bad thing if you choose not to tell your friends certain things about your personal life, because keyword is your personal life, you know? And we all have our own life. So it's just like, I don't want to know your business and all of your business, and you don't want to know all of my business. And we just gonna keep it like that. And I feel like people that feel like if you don't share your whole life story with them, y'all not real friends. Like, no, that is a fucking lie. And yeah, no. And lastly, watch out for friends that act like they're your friends, but deep down inside, they're low-key jealous of you, even if they can have more than you. Like, I realize, like, people can have more than you, but because you are you and they are them, they will hate you. But they won't show it. They will still be your friend. Eventually it gets like revealed, but watch out. Watch out for the snakes. Watch out for the snakes. For real, for real. I'm doing my makeup so ugly. I do not like it. But we're gonna keep the show going. I really don't like it at all. Next topic we have is finances. Finances, I really don't have much to talk about, but like two things. So first thing, you know how they be like, you know, I'm chasing the bag, da 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 da. I have came across a new analogy. We're not chasing the bag, we attracting the bag, okay? Because, was that really an analogy? I don't think that's really an analogy, but you get me. Like, okay, so for instance, I feel like the more that you put the focus onto having the money, the further the money is going to run away from you. But I feel like, and that's aka chasing the bag, but I feel like if you put the work in and you put the work in, you pray, you don't really focus on the monetary benefit behind of what you're doing, but you're doing it out of love and out of the fact that you know that regardless, I'm gonna get to where I need to get to, the money gonna fall in. And I don't care if you not even doing the best of the job that you think that you should be doing. If you even do the bare minimum, like if the universe senses that you're doing the bare minimum, the bag gonna flow in. And that's a period. And I can speak for myself, because let me tell you, I spend money like I'm a drug dealer. But every time I'd be like, I'm gonna get that back. And every time it comes back to me, I attract it because I'm already saying it in my mind. You know, I'm going to work or I'm a hustle, whatever I gotta do, get it back every time. And that's what I'm saying. We attracting the bag. We ain't chasing nothing. My legs ain't made for running, baby. So we are attracting the bag only. Never chase. And secondly, invest. Me, I'm currently working on you know, my little projects that I have that I've been trying to work on and getting myself together with. And I just feel like you need to invest your money into whatever it is, whether it's real estate, business, stocks, whatever the case may be that you find, crypto, whatever. Invest your fucking money so that it can multiply. Do not spend all your fucking money on shoes. And now I'm speaking, or shoes or clothes or whatever, hair. I'm speaking that to my damn self because, baby, I'm stopping this shit today. Well, yesterday. But you know what I mean. Like, that shit has to stop. And thirdly, fix that credit. Fix that credit. Fix that credit. Like, I'm currently working on fixing my credit. My credit is, I'm not even gonna lie, my shit bad. But, like, it was really good when I was like 7 years ago. Well, not even 7, like probably like 6. But you know, once you get good credit and you don't know shit about credit, you fuck it up. So now I have to start from the bottom. But it's cool. I got somebody working on that for me right now. So we getting that credit together, baby. Because cannot go in 2023 with bad credit. That's not happening. Not happening. Fix that credit. Fix that credit. Read up about credit and what you need to do to fix your credit. And, you know, like, find somebody to fix it for you. There's a lot of resources out here. But fix that credit. Fix that credit. And last subject I have is mental health. Oh my God, when did I break my bronzer? That's crazy. I did not know I broke my bronzer. Like, what the fuck? I need new makeup. That's why I just feel like I'm just not into makeup lately, because I need new makeup. Like, I need new makeup. I'm tired of this old makeup. Like, this shit boring. But lastly is mental health. And as I just said, this goes back to trauma. You need to speak about your problems and acknowledge your issues and stop suppressing that shit, because you only hurting yourself. And I also learned that it's okay to, like, it's okay to feel your emotions. Like, I feel like people make it like a negative thing. Like, if you show emotions, that means you're showing that you care too much. Like, we are humans. Like, we're not fucking robots. Like, we have feelings, we have emotions. Everyone has emotions, male or female. Whether male or female, whether to show it or not, we all have fucking feelings. And it's just like, I wish people stop saying like, oh, you can't be a simp or this and this. Like, nigga, we have emotions. We're not robots. Like, it's very normal for a person to have feelings for somebody or something, or feel a certain way. Like, please stop letting people tell y'all to not have feelings, because that's stupid. And I also learned to not take nothing personal. Like, when people do certain things, I learned to not to take it personal, because I feel like when you take things personal, you hurt yourself more than anything, because you're constantly trying to figure out why a person is treating you a certain way, and it's because they are not healed, you know? so they haven't faced their trauma yet. So don't take nothing personal. If somebody does something bad to you that hurt your feelings or whatever the case may be, just keep in mind that, you know, that person is just not healed yet, and not to take it personal. Just, you know, do the best that you can to move on from it, talk about it, or whatever the case may be, and then leave it alone. And I feel like people avoid talking about their problems because they don't want to seem vulnerable. And I've learned that it's okay to be vulnerable. Like I just said, it's okay to have emotions because we are all human. Like, do not fuck up your mental health because you want to satisfy the world expectations of what is considered good to share. Like, just, you know, do what you feel is best for you. And lastly, self-love. I feel like the more that you love yourself, the better your mental health. And me, a couple years ago, I didn't know, not until last year, literally, and I might sound stupid, but I did not know what self-love was. I didn't value myself. And you could tell by the certain situations that I would put myself in, because me now, hell no. You couldn't pay me to do the dumbass shit that I was doing last year and the years before that. Like, when the moment that I realized that I love myself too much and I put myself first, the less that I put myself into situations that showed otherwise. So, yes, practice self-love, practice speaking positivity into your life, avoid negative thinking patterns, and overall, just do what makes you happy, and don't live for no one else. And that's the last thing that I'm going to say is, do not base your whole life off of what other people's opinions are of what they think you should be doing. Like, do what is best for you. Do what's best for your sanity. Do what's best for your peace. Do what's best for your serenity. Do what's best for your mental. And this is where I'm going to end the video. Like, I hope y'all enjoyed my video. These are the few things that I've learned so far in the last 7 to 8 years, as I said, because I am only 24. I turned 25 in June, on June 21st to be exact. Your girl will be 25. And I just feel like I have so much more to learn. But I am ready. Like, I am ready. Like, I'm ready to embark on this next 5 years of a journey till I'm 30. And, you know, then, you know, I'll probably be doing what I've learned so far now that I'm hitting 30. You feel me? But this is like a late night chit chat. Get ready with me. I hope y'all enjoyed my video. As I said, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And please don't forget to follow me on my socials at Prettytodie on TikTok and on Instagram and on Twitter. Bye.